Ancient Indian and Greek philosophers have suggested that if we keep dividing this matter, a stage will come where further division will not be possible. Right? And that indivisible particle was named as atom. Right? But today we define atom as the smallest particle of an element which usually does not exist independently. Right? So atom is the smallest particle of element which usually does not exist independently. Right. So, and atoms are very small in size. The atomic radius is measured in the radius of atom is measured in nanometers. That means 10 to the power minus 9 meters. Very small in size. But we cannot see atom with our naked eyes. For example, the examples of atom would be oxygen, nitrogen, helium, fluorine, sodium. All these are the atoms of these elements. Right? Now, as we know that atoms cannot exist independently. So, those atoms which cannot exist independently, they form chemical bonds with other atoms. Right? And the formation of molecules occur. So, molecules are the smallest particle of an element which can exist independently. And it retains the chemical properties of that element. Right? For example, the oxygen atom. The oxygen atom is not cannot exist independently. So, two atoms of oxygen are bonded chemically and they form oxygen molecule. And in nature, oxygen molecule is present. And since two atoms of oxygen is bonded together, it is known as diatomic molecule. Right? Some atoms, for example, phosphorus. Phosphorus is present in the form of PO. It is tetraatomic. Right? Some atoms are capable of existing independently. For example, helium. So the molecule of helium consists of one atom only. Right? Now, some molecules are formed from same type of atoms. For example, oxygen and phosphorus, and other examples, hydrogen. They are known as molecules of elements. And some molecules are consist of atoms of different elements, right? And they are known as molecules of compounds. For example, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is made from one carbon atom and two oxygen atom. Water molecule. It is also made up of two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. So molecules can be formed from atoms of different elements also. Right? Now coming to ions. Now some compounds, this is a compound, right? When the atoms of different elements are combined, they are known as compounds. Now some compounds are made up of metals and non-metals, right? So these metals and non-metals of that compound consist of charges, right? And those charged particles are known as ions. For example, in sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is made up of sodium and chlorine. Sodium is the metal and chlorine is the non-metal. So, sodium consists of positive charge and chlorine consists of negative charge. So, these are known as ions. The positive charged ion is known as cation and the negative charged ion is known as the anion. Right? They together form bonds and form compounds. So this was the basic difference between atoms, molecules and ions. Atoms are the smallest particle of an element that usually does not exist independently. Right? They are very small in size. They are measured in nanometers. For example, molecules are the smallest particle of an element that can exist independently, and it also contains all the chemical properties of that element. Atom also contains all the chemical properties of that element. Now, molecules can be made up of same type of atom or atom of the same element or atoms of the different element. Those are known as molecules of compound. For example, CO2, H2O, ammonia, etc. Now, the compounds which are made up of metal and non-metal contain some charges. Now, these charged particles are known as ions. For example, it's sodium chloride and calcium oxide, etc.